Every writer needs a place to not have to worry about getting the writing right. My writer's notebook is a place I can take risks, play, and make a mess. Little did I know when I first started keeping a writer's notebook what a treasure it would become. My notebook is like my lifeline as a writer. I hope as you develop the habit of using a notebook, yours will become a special place just for you. One place to begin is by creating a cover that screams your name. Your story matters. Your life is important. Your notebook is like your junk drawer of life. It's the place you keep all the stuff that's going on. Your thoughts and wonderings and dreams and ideas and maybe even your favorite candy wrapper. Let's open our notebooks and start filling them with the good and ugly and funny and ordinary stuff of life. Here are a few bits that I like to collect. Your notebook is a place that's all about you. Do some things to make it unique. Another way to make your notebook just for you is to collect ephemera. Ephemera is a fancy word for stuff you would normally throw away. Think about clothing tags or receipts, packages, magazine clippings. All of these things are good things to put in your notebook. You may also want to stick a few photos in. My notebooks are full of lists. I love lists. Sometimes I keep a list with just some thoughts. Other times I list ideas of things I want to write about, like here's this list of issues I'm passionate about. There's lists that are the same from notebook to notebook to notebook. So in almost every notebook I have, there's a writing territories list. I think lists are a powerful way to collect our thoughts. Here's a funny list from my daughter's first grade notebook when she made a list of things that she doesn't like to do around the house. I bet you'll find yourself making lists in your notebook. Your notebook is a great place to collect words. Here are a couple word lists I have in my notebooks. This one is just words that I really like the sound of. I also have a list of verbs where I was really working on adding action in my writing, and so I collected as many action verbs as I could think of. Now, your notebook is not a sketchbook, but I know I keep a lot of sketches in my notebook. It's just a way I think. Sometimes it's just doodles along the side of the page. Other times it's as I'm trying to organize information and I draw a quick sketch in order to get the ideas in my mind. Because I like sketching so much, I also find myself with maps in my notebook. Maps can be real or fictitious. They can also be from your childhood or from where you're living right now. Here's some student maps. This one is from a map of camp. And then you can have places, like your grandparents' house, your own house. I just really enjoy having maps in my notebook. It can also be creative. Here's a road map of my life. This is a hand map and a bone map of two characters I was working on. I love heart maps. I find them in all of my notebooks. And maybe you don't want to draw a heart, so you'll make a gut map. And then here's a map of my son's stomach. He used to be a really picky eater, and these are the foods that he would eat. I use my notebook to keep things that I'm curious about. I write lists of questions, thoughts, and wonderings. My notebook is a place for me to play around and to be curious. I hope you use your notebook this way too. Be passionately curious. Another way I use my notebook is to collect research. I'm a fact finder, and I use my notebook to house all the facts I'm learning. I like to think of my notebook as both a playground and a practice field. So often I'll use my notebook for jots or quick writes. I'll often draft poetry in my notebook. I hope that you come to see your notebook as both a playground and a practice field, and that as you develop the discipline of keeping a notebook, you've discovered many treasures. Happy writing, everyone!